Hey now, y'all. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Polymac Particle Night Flight. We love to take it to the nighttime on Wednesdays. Tony, I've already hatched a new piece for the show without your consent. I haven't had a chance to talk to you about this yet, but I just looked over and I've decided I want to start doing this. So when Tony and I have our pre-show meeting, we're always keeping an eye on the comments. And I was starting to think, Tony, maybe we should have this every show, like the pre-show comment of the day. You know what I mean? Just to kick the show off. So here it comes. I'm going to award my first pre-show comment of the day to Patty from Napa, because she just posted something that made me laugh. So you're the winner tonight, Patty. There will be no prize aside from the prestige of being the first winner of the pre-show post of the day. And it is as follows. Patty, a couple of seconds ago, posted, "I was a bad girl today. I bought front row tickets for the Eagles at the Sphere." Look, first of all, I salute the maneuver. Grab your front row tickets. You got to live your life, Patty. Enjoy the things you like while you still can. And I totally endorse the maneuver. But it gives me a chance to quote Donna Summer, Tony, talking about the bad girls. Patty's a bad girl.
Creative Tony. Yeah, what you doing now? You got your little lead. Yeah, let's take a night reprieve. Gonna be some sweet sounds coming down on the night flight. On the night flight. This is your other home. Yeah, you know you're not alone. Gonna be some sweet sounds coming down on the night flight, on the night flight. This is your other home. Yeah, you know you're not alone.
Yes, sir. You know what, Tony? If they ever make a Polymac Particle stamp collection, the U.S. Mail Service, I want these to be the stamps. I want you to be, that's your stamp, that's my stamp. Go ahead and lick it, send it on, put it on an envelope and send in your bills with that. You know what I'm saying? Get a load of this, PG&E. All right, Tony, great to be here tonight. Great to see you. I want to say real quickly, too, everybody be nice to Rags today. He is mourning the loss of one of his favorite Cowboys. D.D. Lewis passed away today. He played in 5 Super Bowls, and he was actually on the field during the 81 NFC Championship for the Catch. So, Rags, I hope you're feeling better, buddy. He takes that very hard. I understand. How you doing, T?
Hey, on that note, I was thinking about this over the weekend. How in God's name is Javonte Williams, the new running back for the Dallas Cowboys, allowed to wear number 33?
Well, you know what it is? It's like the Raiders. They don't retire numbers. That's why you see guys wear it. Like, I always wondered why Michael Irvin was wearing Drew Pearson's number. That used to trip me out. I'm like, dude, Drew Pearson was like the original stud receiver, but they don't. It's just like the Raiders. We don't believe in it. There'll be another 12 after Stabler. I don't give a damn. I don't care if Dave Casper comes back to life. I'll give somebody else 87. So it's just one of those things. They never retire numbers. So that answers that. Yeah.
I totally forgot about that because C.D. Lamb wears Michael Irvin's number, which is Drew Pearson's number. So, yeah, I forgot about that. But I saw that over the weekend. I'm like, wait, what the hell?
Yeah.
33 to me will forever be Tony Dorsett.
Dude, you know what, dude? People don't talk about Tony Dorsett anymore. And that guy was a freaking stud, man. He was a stud. And he just never gets any love. By the way, real quick, we have David Lombardi joining us in a couple of minutes. We'll set the show up, pardon me. But I did want to at least update all of you WNBA fans with an eye on the Valkyrie score. Dude, the Golden State Lady Valkyries are taking it to the Minnesota Lynx. Yeah.
If you're going to give updates, we got to get the sports flash first. If you're going to give updates.
Totally. My bad, man. But I do have a score. It's halftime right now, and the game, Tony, still rubs me the wrong way. They're playing down at the HP Pavilion in San Jose, but they sold the joint out. It's packed. Anyway, Valkyries 41, Minnesota Lynx 28. It's halftime right now, so I'm very happy to report that score. I'll keep an eye on that all night for you, Tony. A lot of rambling for me to get the show started. How you doing, bro? I love the Italia jersey. How you feeling tonight, man?
This is in honor of a fellow Italian coming on the show, David Lombardi. So, and I read today, and I didn't know this, and we were talking about this pre-show. He's a half or part Italian and part Czech. He's like, and has dual citizenship in Czechoslovakia. Check about that. We're gonna dive deep into the life of Lombardi today. because grew up in Visalia. I'm actually really excited to talk to him because he got his start in college radio, which is like you, Paulie, got your start in college radio. I got my start in college radio. It's the coolest. I'm really excited to talk to David. And also, the dude knows his S, man. And there's news to talk about. Brock Purdy, Brandon Ayuk updates. I rewatched the game today. Juwan Jennings, if you play like you did in the fourth quarter, the rest of the season, you're not going to get a bag, by the way. There's no bag coming.
No.
If you're gonna drop balls in the fourth quarter,
I might give him a bag with a hole in it. You know what I mean? So all the belongings fall out of the bottom. Here's your bag, guy, but I cut a little hole in the bottom so you can't keep anything. I feel you, dude. If you start running your mouth and holding out, dude, you better perform. You better deliver. You know what I mean?
I will say that touchdown pass to Juwan Jennings is a beautiful ball from Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, man,
in stride. And I joked around today with Escobar because there was news that Fareed sent a text saying, hey, Brock Purdy possibly could play Sunday, and we're going to ask Lombardi. And then I texted back saying, ooh, is Brock hearing Mac Jones' footsteps all of a sudden? And I did a winky smiley face. I was just joking around because I know Brock's getting paid and he's going to play. But I'm just saying it's a good problem to have, as you said, Paulie, to have two really, really good quarterbacks. Mac Jones, I watched the game again today. He looked really comfortable in the pocket, man. And like he took a couple hits. He had scrambled well. Just for a backup QB. I mean, would you rather have Mac Jones as your backup or Carson Wentz? I mean, and this guy, Jake Browning, is going to go for Cincinnati. I know people are kind of like high on him. I'd rather have Mac Jones all day than Jake Browning in Cincinnati. So it's a great situation to have, man. That's all.
It really is. I want to give a shout out to a couple of phases. Doug in Japan, I knew you were going to show up on Wednesday. We're preparing something very special for you, Doug. Just know that. Tony and I have something in the works. We'll hope to have it ready for tomorrow. I don't know if you can join us at that time of the day in Japan, but we love the effort and we love seeing your grill. So just know, Doug, we are making special preparations to honor you for the next show. Tony, what do you got, buddy?
In the meantime, and we can do an abridged version, Paulie, just because we're getting ready for David Lombardi, and we got to talk about Peralta Arts and Company. We got to talk about Giants ball. They snapped the skid, and your guy Verlander, dude.
Let me tell you something about my boy JV, okay? Let me just say a couple things about my guy JV, as I call him on the street. Yo, what up, JV? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know him at all. I wish I did. I'm a fan. First of all, at this point, it's not up for debate. There's no disputing the fact he's the best arm in the Giants rotation. And I really got to say, man, I learned a valuable lesson. Do not write off a thoroughbred too early in the year because that's what this guy is. Numbers, Tony. He went 7 scoreless today. So you add 7 runs of 1-run ball from the Friday night start against the Dodgers. Check the numbers out. He's got Justin Verlander 1 earned run in his last 25 innings pitched.
Unbelievable.
And he's got a 0.36 ERA in his last 4 starts. Thank you, Justin Verlander, for keeping this thing alive. Giants still 2.5 games out of the wild card spot, but great to see him perform today. They came alive in extras and they got the win. On to LA. Here we go again, dude. Round 2. Logan Webb, redeem yourself, my brother. Redeem yourself in that godforsaken Chavez Ravine. Just get down there and stick it up the Rays. That's all I'm asking. Real quick, Tony, real quick. Shout out to a couple of new faces. I want to say what up to my man, S. Wong. What's up, S. Wong? And every time I hear the name Wong, I always think about that movie, The Wanderers. Don't F with the Wongs. Don't F with the Wongs. Teddy Wong. What's up, Teddy Wongs? Anyway, good to see you, S. Wong. Don't F with the Wongs. And then Chuck 916 goes, yeah, I got his bag. A bag of S. Okay. Thank you, Chuck 916. We're feeling you on that one big time. Tony, you called it. I love when you get forceful with me. I perform better when you're being abusive. Let us talk about Stellar Design. The good
Pause.
Okay. Yes. Sorry.
You can't go on this, lovely, rant about Justin Verlander and not allow me time to just sing his praises as well, Paulie.
Shout out to Daniel Jackson. Well, allow me to retort.
Well, exactly. This is a tasty burger. And then, the
Where
sound.
did you go? McDonald's, Wendy's. Yeah. Oh, that's that Hawaiian joint. Yeah. Hawaiian. I love that. Yeah.
Shout out the sound of him finishing the drink through the straw.
Oh, just draining it, dude. Draining it. And shout out to the kid in the chair who's a 10 for Bob Fitzgerald. I've been saying that for years. Nobody wants to see it except me. The kid who winds up getting shot, does he look like a bee? What?
Yeah.
Boom. Shoots him. That's Bob Fitzgerald in the chair. I'm telling you. Take a look. It looks just like Bobby Fitz. Anyway. Yeah.
What ain't no country I ever heard of?
Yeah,
Say what again? Say what again?
Everybody looking over at the guy in the couch. Yo, flock of seagulls. Keep chilling. Keep chilling. Flock of seagulls. So right now, nobody would even get that joke. Yo, flock of seagulls. Keep chilling. Tells the guy on the couch. Yeah.
Oh, it's such an incredible movie. And remember, Paulie, I took my grandparents to that theater to that movie in the theater.
Boy. How'd that go? Heart attacks? I mean, you could kill an old couple watching that movie with the tense scenes.
I had no idea what I was getting into, but I heard it was a good movie. I said I was staying with my grandparents because I had a baseball tournament. My parents were in
They're
town.
shooting heroin. They're putting like adrenaline needles in people's heart. It's mayhem in that film. I don't know if that's appropriate for grandparents.
Let's just say that my grandparents both walked out. And they said, well, meet us at home. We're walking out. They walked out. Escobar's the super before we get to Peralta Arts and Company. Escobar's the super. What's up, Escobar? F the Dodgers, F Otani, defund the Chiefs, hashtag free Murph, smash the like button. Yes, I've had a few. I'm in that mood. Try me.
I love it. I remember one day when he said, like, yeah, I'm down with Lord of the Rings. Come at me. I love it, Escobar. You run free, bro. I got your back always. By the way, I love that people are picking up. I keep a note to remind myself. Look at this right on the keyboard. Defund the KC Chiefs. I keep this on my keyboard to make sure I don't forget to say that. And thank you for joining the movement, Escobar. I do appreciate that. And thank you for supporting the show. Okay, Peralta Arts and then David Lombardi from the San Francisco Standard. We'll have a nice conversation about 49er football. Tony, Peralta Arts and Company, you know it. I know it. We all know it. This is where graphic design, illustration, music, and pop culture all collide. And it's all brought to you by our good friend and art director, cohort, great friend, Don Peralta. It's a full spectrum creative studio specializing in bold graphics, vibrant illustration, and visual storytelling, Tony, carrying the spirit of legendary Bay Area artists. Think about all the striking posters. Think about iconic album covers, immersive art branding, and a very unique artistic perspective. Quick update. Tony, the Sly Stone first edition prints are on sale. Grab one of those bad boys. I have one in my home, and you should too. We're also unveiling a new piece tonight as we send positive thoughts and prayers and energies and particles to our colleague Greg Papa. This is all part of the series with Kruk and Kripe. But why don't we display his new tribute to, yeah, there it is, dude. Done in the Shepard Fairey style. That's Greg Papa with the Faith banner. Very nice, Tom. It's a great tribute. I think G Pops has already seen this. And I think he felt very good about it, Tom. So keep that up there as I finish this off. They over at Peralta Arts and Company, Tony, they also channel pop culture, music, and the energy within our community into every project, logos, posters, fine art, brand visuals, all these things that celebrate Bay Area culture, which we do love and support. Your story deserves bold visuals, and Peralta Arts and Company can bring them alive with Bay Area's soul. Contact Peralta Arts and bring your next vision to life. Believe me, you are in great hands with Peralta Arts. Talk to Don Peralta anytime about your next endeavor, your next project. You need his talents. He'd be happy to go to work for you. PeraltaArtsCo@gmail.com. Peralta Arts Co. @gmail.com, or text or call Dom anytime. Very easy guy to talk to. 650-796-3144. One more time, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music, 650-796-3144. That being said, Tony, want to say hello to everybody watching on YouTube. Want to say hello to everybody watching over on Instagram. What's up, Insta people? And the good people on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Thanks for joining in. And then, of course, our newest home, the Cron 4 family. We are so happy to be part of the Cron 4 family, legendary station in San Francisco. You can catch new episodes of Polymac Particles streaming every night at 11:30, Tony, on the Cron 4 Plus app.
Beautiful. Also, Paulie, on that Papa poster that Dom created with Peralta Arts and Company, I just wanted to show that he also did it in Niner colors as well. So
nice.
That's very cool. He did it in the traditional blue and red, like the Kruk and Kipe series and the Obama series, like you said. But there's the Greg Papa in Niner colors too. And hey, continue the fight, Greg. Get well, buddy. It was great to hear him yesterday. And I love how candid he was about everything. And I feel like he's doing that. It's very cathartic for him, I'm sure, but also to help others, right? Because Greg is one of those people that wants to help others. So he's going to share that information because if it can help just one other person, he'd be glad to do it. So, but Paulie in the green room is waiting patiently as is our man David Lombardi. So, with your permission, and if he's done eating all the food and all the drink that we provided for him,
Tony, permission to come aboard. Permission to come aboard. Yes, yes. Hey,
what's going on?
Lombardi, welcome aboard, man. This is David Lombardi. Of course, you know the face. You read him all the time. The San Francisco Standard covers the 49ers like few others. And really good to see you, David. Great to have you on the show for the first time. And thanks for all the solid work you've been putting in so far. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm tired. I just got back from the Central Time Zone actually this morning. Went straight to practice. They fed us at the facility today because it's the home opener, and so they show off all the new concession items. So today was a long day there. Good food, and you know what's? It's going to be a trip on Sunday. This is the first time it's ever happened. The road team at a 49ers home game is going to be wearing red.
Yeah. Let's get into that. That's a great way to start, man. So we have been talking about this a little bit prior to tonight, David. And I got to tell you, I'm not crazy about it as a longtime Niner fan. I want to see the red and gold at home. And this is a result. It's a question, but this is a result. They're anticipating the heat, and I guess this would keep them cooler. Is that the thinking?
I would say it's the result of the disaster against Arizona last year, where it was like 103 degrees on the field by the end of the game. And the Cardinals do a lot of their training outside, so they were very desert heat acclimated.
Yeah.
And that was the climate last September in Santa Clara. Maybe it was even early October last year when they played. But anyway, the Cardinals just wore the 49ers down in that game. 49ers were up 10 early, and then by the fourth quarter, it was all Arizona. So I think they didn't want to repeat the 49ers, so they decided to go white jerseys this time because they can choose as the home team. That gives them a little bit cooler, more breathing room, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as hot. I'm actually looking right now. Last week I looked, and it says 81, which could still be pretty warm out in Santa Clara for Sunday, but it's not going to be 95 like it was last year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to be a different look, but I always get a little uptight about the Cardinals. I mean, they always seem to give the 49ers problem. It's a 2-0 team coming in. It's a division game, obviously. And I guess, David, since you were at practice today, I'll just start with the obvious questions. I mean, we all saw Brock Purdy taking some snaps on social media today. He looked relatively mobile to my eyes, but you were down there. How did he look to you, and how involved in the workout was he today?
I thought he was intentionally moving a little gingerly. I think he was a limited participant getting back out there. I think that he's obviously ahead of schedule now, though, because they were saying 2 to 5 weeks originally.
Right.
And now there's a possibility that he's back in 2 weeks. It might still be more of a long shot. We'll know more tomorrow. It's going to be all dependent on how he responds, how whichever toe it is responds. We don't have that many details about the injury. Today, he was number 3 in the quarterback order, which I thought was kind of funny, a little poetic, because that's what he was in 2022.
That's right.
So it must have been like familiar territory for Brock, like the good old days when he was behind Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo at the start of that season.
It's funny I'm sorry, Tony. Go ahead, man. No,
you finish and then I'll go. Seriously.
Okay. Well, I was just going to say it's ironic that, the 49ers, they pay him handsomely during the offseason. So he's all set financially. He's got that big contract. I mean, I don't know. Do you think that maybe there's a little more urgency now for Brock Purdy after he saw, Mac Jones had a pretty nice game down in New Orleans, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. Is he like, you know what? I think I can heal a little bit quicker. I mean, is that part of this? You think that he wants to
absolutely
get back?
Not. Yeah. Absolutely not. No, if he's ready to go, he's being paid to play and he's going to go. If he's not, if there's a risk of re-injury, then he shouldn't go. The reason they got Mac Jones is to be able to bridge the gap and not put their QB1, their big investment, in danger in case it is kind of iffy right now. But I mean, listen, Mac was really, really good for a QB2 on Sunday in New Orleans. We had just seen Purdy 7 days prior to that. It was an entirely different level of quarterback play. It's the mobility that Purdy brings to the table sets him apart, not only from Mac Jones, but from a lot of other quarterbacks in this league. And they were facing a Seattle defensive front that first week that might be the best in football. I mean, these guys have been balling the first 2 weeks. They took it to Pittsburgh and Aaron Rodgers after that week 1 game, and Purdy's still on the turf toe or whatever it is. I'm not sure if it's a turf toe because that's only the big toe, and they haven't specified which toe it is. But
Right.
Purdy took it to him there on that final drive, and I think that whenever he's ready to come back, he can come back. That he doesn't have any sense of pressure coming from Mac Jones.
Man, what a great problem to have, David. And I wanted to stay on the offensive side of the ball real quick because I saw footage of Ayuk running today. And I wanted to see if you were asking if there was any update on his, I don't know, his path back. Is it advanced? Is it the timeline on time? Any update with Brandon Ayuk?
Today was the fastest I've seen him run, and he's been really enthusiastic throughout all training camp, every practice. It's been a complete 180 from last year, where the vibes there surrounded the contract obviously were the opposite. He wasn't practicing. He's not technically practicing. He's doing everything that he is allowed to do and then not crossing that line. So he's sprinting on the side right by where the receivers are running routes. But if he would actually catch a ball from a quarterback, the 49ers, and he would get fined, that wouldn't be good. But he's doing what he can within the rules. And I hadn't seen him move faster than today. It really seems the burst is coming back more and more every week. Now, if you ask me to prognosticate when he would return, he has to miss the first 4 games because he's on PUP. They're not going to bring him back week 5 because week 5 is a Thursday game against the Rams. And they're going to open his practice window at some point. And when you open the practice window, you only have 3 weeks. It's a finite period of time that he could practice. So it doesn't make any sense to open it the week of a Thursday game when you don't even actually practice. That would just burn a week for no reason. So I would guess that if he's up for it, if like his body is ready, I don't know if it will be, but it looks like it's trending in the right direction. You open it week 6 before you head down to Tampa, and they play on natural grass. So maybe he could even return that week, but I don't know. That's all I know. Right. Yeah. And I'm speculating as far as the date goes. I do know they're not going to try to bring him back week 5.
It's exciting though to be 2-0, 2 road wins, and no Ayuk, no Demarcus Robinson, obviously
in the bank.
Yeah. I mean, these I have zero complaints, to be honest with you, because it's just 2 road wins with all that on the shelf. And that coming later on. It's really exciting. And I was also just want to ask you, Paulie, you can move on, Paulie, in a second, but the depth the Niners have at tight end with Tonjes and with Farrell, I wasn't aware of the depth that they had. And I rewatched the game this morning. I'm like, gosh, they go 3 deep in good tight ends. I mean, yes, they miss Kittle's blocking, but I mean, what do you think about the tight end room? Are you impressed with Tonjes and Farrell?
Yeah, and Braden Willis has been with the program for a while, so they elevated him from the practice squad this past weekend, and today he got the promotion to the 53, so he's definitely going to be one of the 3 this next week. So they've been developing these guys for a while. They have a good program in that tight end room. Obviously, Kittle and his success speaks for itself, but somebody like Ross Dwelly, he was an undrafted free agent, was a contributor for several years for this team. And when he first came in back in 2018, he had a lot of work to do physically to be able to execute some of the blocks they needed in the run game. And he ended up being somebody who played 6-7 years for the 49ers, and coming from undrafted free agent status, that's beating the odds. That's really, really good. Right. So I think that Farrell is a vet who they paid quite a bit of money, good blocker. And he didn't really have a chance to show off any of those receiving skills in Jacksonville. He showed some nice run after the catch. He juked the corner out of his pants for that touchdown the other day. And, when you look at Jake Tonjes, that's like Dwelly, it's an example of a guy who really, really worked on his body to turn into the blocker that he needed to be. He was always athletic coming out of Los Gatos. You could go watch his high school tape, and it was impressive as far as his ability to be a receiver, but he has grown into his own as far as being a blocker, and that's what the 49ers really need at tight end.
Yeah, and it's like they really kind of epitomize that whole next man up, mentality, because yes, they've come into the games and they've been ready. They've been contributing. So yeah, it's been very positive at that position. A couple more things on the offensive side, David. I guess Juszczyk. Let's talk about Juszczyk for a second. I know he's in the concussion protocol, but what do you sense, or what's the forecast for him in terms of when he might return to the field?
That's really unpredictable. If he's out there tomorrow, then I would say, yeah, he'll play on Sunday. But if he's not, then it's looking doubtful for the 49ers. And that's another way that they've actually been able to bridge the gap at tight end. He played 15 snaps against Seattle at tight end, actual inline tight end after Kittle went out. So when Juszczyk got hurt this past game, that was a big loss for the 49ers because they're planning on, again, having him pick up slack at inline tight end. And they obviously couldn't have that. And I think that's part of the reason why there have been some run blocking struggles for the 49ers. There have been way too many moving pieces because of these injuries. Now they have all these guys practicing in their assigned positions. And if they, knock on wood, don't see anybody hurt this week, they think they could run the ball more effectively because they theoretically won't have the moving pieces that they've had with the injuries in weeks 1 and 2.
Tony, why don't we put a super up for David? Because I see that NorCal has a question for David, and he's making a super donation. So, yeah, let's give him some love here. So the question is, David, how is the O-line grading out? And and when is the next installment of Lunches with Lombardi? Both good questions.
So the offensive line, this is wild because this is like defied so many of the narratives of the offseason. The run blocking actually hasn't been great yet. It's been weird. I think the tight ends supplement the offensive line. Kittle's so good in some of the combo blocks for the tackles, and his injury threw some things off, and they're only at 3.3 yards per carry. The grading hasn't been good. Run blocking, they're the second highest graded pass blocking offensive line in all of football. Jake Brendel's the number 2 center in all of football. Colton McKivitz, PFF, Pro Football Focus, actually misscored the Mac Jones fumble. Like, that wasn't McKivitz's fault. Mac Jones just held that ball for 4 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
If they go back and fix it, I'm going to give him a chance to go back and fix it if they hear this. Colton McKivitz will rank number 2 of all tackles in football in pass protection through 2 games.
Well, David, how about this guy Connor Colby too?
And Colby hasn't given up anything. Yeah,
amazing.
Doesn't have enough snaps yet to qualify, but he had a clean sheet over 36. So if he does that again, he's going to be the number 1 guard in all football. So
yeah,
it's wild, isn't it? It's crazy.
Oh, it is. It's awesome though. He really performed well in New Orleans. And here we go, right down the injured list here. Juwan Jennings, the ankle. I'm not sure I understand that, if it's even the severity of it or how serious of a setback it is. Like, what's your read on that, or what have you heard and seen with Juwan Jennings?
He was playing basketball today in the locker room, and he didn't look hurt. So I get it that he didn't practice, and I get that he wasn't like they were playing team basketball in the locker room. They're shooting hoops on the on the basket they have set up there, but they get really competitive. They play like these games of horse and stuff. And I'm sure when you're listening to some interviews in the locker room, you hear a bunch of guys yelling in the background, the ball bouncing and stuff. That's them playing, and he was part of that. So it just leads me to believe, like, my gut feeling to believe that he'll be in on Sunday, but that's the only knowledge I have.
Hey, David, on that note, do you know if anybody has a really good jump shot, or somebody that dominates on the court out there when they do these pickup stuff?
Yeah, who's the Steph Curry of the 49er locker
They're
room? Yeah.
like, all these guys are, I mean, they're the best athletes in the world, right? So it's very hard to find somebody who's not good.
Right.
A couple years ago, I'm just standing there, and Trent Williams is walking out with his backpack on, and the ball just rolls to him, and he turns around, and it's like from the hallway, the little exit door, fadeaway 3, swish, and just like nothing, just keeps on walking out. And it's like, okay, well, I mean, if this guy played, I don't know if he did play basketball. He had to be a center or something, especially he's my age. He's 37. So I when I played in high school, it was right before, Curry took everything over, and it turned into this 3-point shooting game for every position. So anyway, taller guys didn't shoot, right?
Yeah,
so the fact that Trent Williams, I would assume that if he ever played, was one of the guys that wouldn't shoot threes. The fact that he's draining them just gives you an idea that almost all those guys know what they're doing if they pick up that basketball.
That kind of speaks to my observation about this particular team so far, the 2025 49ers. It seems like there's a lot of harmony with this team from what I've seen. Seems like the camaraderie is really strong. For example, I saw Mac Jones. I guess you've probably already known this, David, but I've learned that he's somewhat of a jokester. They really like this guy's sense of humor. And it just seems like the team has really taken to Mac Jones personality-wise. I take that as a positive. And then on the defensive side of the ball, man, I was getting flashbacks because the way that defense was flying around, Fred Warner winning Defensive Player of the Week, deservedly, had a great game, 11 tackles, poked the ball out at the end. Do you sense any change in the Niner complexion or their attitude with the return of Saleh in these first 2 games as opposed to what we saw last year?
Yeah, and not just the return of Sala, it might be, I think, even more attributed to the youth infusion. Did you see how happy Fred has been after both of these wins?
Yes.
Some of the mic'd up things. It's like they just won the Super Bowl. I think there's a tremendous amount of relief that they're out of 2024. That was obviously a tough year, but what has changed? The main thing that's changed is that they were the oldest team in football in 2024 that was just like exhausted after these deep Super Bowl runs, and everything kind of came crashing down on them once, it was like an avalanche of injuries, and it was just really stressful and it was really hard. I mean, Fred played the whole year or 3/4 of the year on a broken ankle last year, just to give you an idea of how tough it was. So now they've gone from that oldest team in the league to one of the youngest defenses in the league. Like, there are 3-4 rookies. I would say 4, maybe even bordering on 5 soon, who are getting significant time on this defense. And one of the goals that Robert Saleh had articulated at the start of training camp was that, we want our veterans to shepherd along the rookies. That's obvious. But we think that our rookies can energize our veterans. And that's a little less obvious. People don't often think of it in the other way. But I think in football, it's a young man's sport, but you're going to be bad if it's all young guys. So you need just a few of those veteran pillars, and they've got future Hall of Famers like Warner. And then they're surrounded by younger players. And even somebody like D. Winters, this is the first year starting. I'm not saying he's a rookie, but I think that has re-energized Fred playing next to a hungry guy like D. Winters. So that's the dynamic that I sense. And I think Saleh has stepped in right in the midst of that dynamic. And he's the perfect defensive coordinator for it because he knows what he's doing schematically. So he can make all these changes on the fly, because with the rookies in there, with the new talent in there, the 49ers can't just run the same stuff they've been running in the past.
Right. Tony?
Yeah, no, David, I do want to go back to the offensive side of the ball real quick, because I've had this question for the last 2 weeks, only because Isaac Guerendo, before they brought in Brian Robinson Jr., he was number 2 on the depth chart until they brought him in, and he hasn't seen the field in the backfield. And I'm wondering, will we see Guerendo at all, or is it just CMC and Robinson Jr. and Guerendo's more special teams?
Well, I think you'd have to see an injury for Guerendo, just because Brian Robinson was a starting caliber player in Washington.
Yeah.
And Christian McCaffrey, that's another future Hall of Famer. So, I mean, you're loaded in the backfield. If both of those guys are healthy, you're not going to go to somebody who you think is worse, right? So I think Guerendo is but that's the nature of the position too. Is somebody, I don't want it to happen. Nobody wants it to happen, but mathematically, you can't escape it. Like, guys are going to miss snaps, guys are going to miss time, and you need to be loaded up there. And eventually, somebody like Guerendo, somebody like Jordan James is going to get an opportunity.
Yes, absolutely. It's good to have him as the third back, I guess is the point, right?
Exactly.
And also, you talk about McCaffrey. I am loving how much they're using him, obviously, in the backfield with running the ball, but also as a decoy at times, or attracting so much attention away from getting people away from the ball or away from the play, and it opens up other players. Are you pleased with the McCaffrey usage so far? Because everybody was worried about McCaffrey over usage.
He's the Steph Curry of the NFL, and that he is a gravitational force, right? So, and he's playing a lot of wideout right now, which is really cool to watch. I mean, he had a 20-yard comeback pattern against the corner the other day. He scored that touchdown right before halftime, running out of the slot. And that was the 20-yarder was on third down. So it wasn't like, this was some play that caught the defense off guard. This was third and long, obvious pass situation. Christian McCaffrey lines up as a receiver and just routes up a cornerback. Kyle Shanahan today said that this is by far the best route running back that he's ever dealt with. And they've dealt with a lot of good ones, because that's a big part of the system. So he's so good that there's obviously going to be some level of reliance on him. I do think that they have backed off the gas pedal a little bit, and they've been able to do that because they like Brian Robinson, and whatever it is, 6-7 carries a game that Robinson has gotten. That's 6 or 7 more carries, or 6 or 7 fewer carries for McCaffrey than we were seeing in 2023, when it was McCaffrey getting 100% of the action. So I do think that they backed off a little bit. And as Robinson gets more comfortable in the system, you might see, and as other guys come back too, right? Kittle, IU, then McCaffrey can be even more of a decoy on some of these plays for the 49ers.
Nice. We appreciate the time tonight, David. Just a couple more questions and we'll let you get going. I want to ask one question about the Cardinals, and I know Tony's been dying to ask you a question about the tush push, and I'll look forward to that exchange. But for the Cardinals, for those people in the audience who haven't seen the Cardinals play, only a couple of games in the book so far, what do we need to kind of be looking out for with this team offensively? Obviously, Kyler Murray is always a problem. What else are they bringing to the table that we should be aware of and keep an eye out for on Sunday, David?
Well, yeah, Kyler, I think it starts with Kyler because he can bring so much off schedule that it's hard to plan for the Cardinals. It was interesting. Nick Bosa today said that Robert Saleh has a couple things up his sleeve, probably in terms of pocket containment, which is going to be so important in this game. I do think that the 49ers, they've gone from more of a jailbreak rush strategy to more of a pocket pushing strategy this year, which could be very effective against these mobile quarterbacks because they don't have as much talent as they used to on the inside. Alfred Collins is coming along, but he's not at DeForest Buckner's level yet, right? So what you have to do sometimes, you have to realize your limitations pass rushing wise. And I think especially on the inside, they do have some, and you have to make sure that you're rushing as a unit, as a front four. And if one guy's going crazy and he breaks his lane, that's Kyler Murray's going to escape out of that lane and he's going to roast you all day. So I think that a disciplined pass rush is going to be really important for the 49ers. We'll see what they do with Marvin Harrison Jr. Deommodore Lenoir has not been tested hardly at all so far this year. Like 72 snaps in coverage. He's given up three catches. I think he's only been thrown at like 5 times this year. Renardo Green has been tested a little bit more. He's lost on a couple deep balls. So you always keep in mind that teams have been going on the opposite side of Deommodore Lenoir, and whoever's going to be in coverage there is going to have to be ready for it. And Connor is a really big physical back, and if you're not ready for that physicality, then you're going to end up looking like the 2021 49ers did against Arizona. That was an ugly game. Oof. I don't think that this defense is going to be flat-footed like that one, though. I think this is a hungry defense. It's young, that's on its toes, that wants to go out and hit people. So I do think that the 49ers are playing this game from more of a downhill perspective. And on the other side of the ball, Arizona's got a lot of injuries in the secondary. We're not exactly sure who's going to play and who's not going to play. Will Johnson is probably going to be questionable. And they already lost a couple defensive backs in the offseason. So theoretically, even though they've got some vets in the front seven, theoretically that there might be some holes to expose in the pass game.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw that they gave up like 328 yards to the Panthers last week, or pass yards, and they also lost the time of possession battle against Carolina. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Niners can do against that defense. And I love what you're saying too, David, about the pocket pushing and making that adjustment, because the mobile QBs have always worried me for the Niner defense. But if they're making that adjustment, that's great. And it is nice to see more blitzing back in the defensive packages with Saleh back in the mix. And Upton Stout looked good on the blitz too when he plays as a rookie, and he plays with some fire. And I like what you're saying about the youth movement of the team. Paulie mentioned the tush push, David, and the only reason we've been talking about the last couple of days, obviously because of the neutral zone stuff that happened over the weekend, but I feel like eventually the Niners are going to have to face that tush push. If they're going to win a ring, because Philly is that good. But I just want to know how do you feel about that play? Because what bugs me is just that they're just literally pushing, and I know technically, I guess it's legal to push your teammates forward for offensive gain, but I just want to get your thoughts on that play overall, and especially how it was used on Sunday against
7 times. They ran it 7 times. Yeah.
I don't like it because I just don't find it aesthetically pleasing. I know football evolved from rugby, but that's the key word, right? It evolved. It seems like we're devolving.
Tail fell off. Yeah, right.
That being said, I remember the 49ers went into Philly and just like beat the brakes off of them in 2023.
Yep.
So I mean, they might have run the tush push a couple times in that game, but nobody remembers because They just beat them so badly in all other facets of the game. And I think that's how you have to do it. You can't be playing a game with these guys where they're constantly in 3rd and 4th and 1, because at that point they're going to convert. So you have to make sure that it's 3rd and 3 at the most, or at the closest, and 4th and 2 at the closest. And so it's about winning the early downs, and then you could just avoid that altogether. I'm sure that the league is going to be debating this every year. It seems to be getting more and more controversial, and people are going to be lobbying for votes at the owners' meetings to see if they could ban it. And I know that the Eagles got enough votes in their favor this past year. So you just have to play with the rules this year, and it's legal this season. So win on 1st and 2nd down, so you don't get in that position as a defense on 3rd and 4th down.
Nice. Well said, David. Well said. I would say, I'm sorry, Tony, go ahead.
David, do the owners vote on that? The coaches don't have a say? I mean, I'm sure the coaches talk to the owners, but how come the coaches don't vote on that instead of the owners is what I'm asking.
Well, just how the league's bylaws work. They all meet at a really fancy resort. So this past year it was in the Breakers in West Palm Beach. And it's a really cool event because all the owners, coaches, and GMs are there.
Yeah.
And then stuff goes through these like competition committees and all this. And so like there are coach and GM representatives on these committees, but then once everything is passed through all the committees, it goes to the final vote, and that's the owners. But I would say that everybody really is represented, because I'm sure every owner is asking his coach, what do you think? Right.
Yeah.
And you just have to have some sort of organization. So the owner is the one that speaks for the whole organization.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised it got as many votes, pushing it through as it did. Last thing for you tonight, David. Tony, let's let David have one more from the audience, because I saw Fareed. Yeah, so here's from Fareed. He says, "Sup, David? We haven't heard much about the secondary so far. Last year they played really well. How does last year compare to this season so far?" Good question, Fareed.
Yeah, that is a good question. Well, Jair Brown, who's one of the starting safeties last year, is no longer starting for the 49ers this year. So that they've changed the profile at safety. Robert Saleh just wants rangy, fast guys. And remember, when they drafted Jair in 2023, the one drawback was speed. He was running a 4.6 or 4.7. Saleh is not about that. Saleh wants 4.3, 4.4 guys. They have the fastest starting safety duo they've ever had, like as a franchise.
Nice.
Siegel runs a 4.3, Pinnock runs a 4.4. And the reason I could say that with confidence is that back, not that long ago, there used to be a free safety and a strong safety. That's not the case anymore. Used to have the big thumper that would be the strong safety close to the line of scrimmage. Now you have two interchangeable safeties. The game has changed. It's downsized with the offensive weapons. So speed is of utmost importance. And the 49ers have two really fast guys. They reintegrated Jair Brown back into the lineup as a big nickel this past week, which is essentially a third linebacker, but it's a lighter linebacker, heavier defense, slower defensive back. And he made a play. He made two plays, actually. He made a pass breakup, and then on Warner's forced fumble, he was all over Alvin Kamara, bringing him down. So they're going to try to – I just think that signifies that this defense is better on the secondary, since a starter from last year is now kind of playing a specialized role this season. And then, they hope that Renardo takes a second-year step. I think the sample's still too small on that, but he has given up a couple plays. I get it. Diomedor Lenore hasn't been tested. He's like the Sherman of this defense right now, because he talks a lot of crap and then nobody throws to him. So we got to wait for that. My big question, and I think this is what all fans should be intrigued about, is when Malik Mustafa, who was the best player in that secondary, at least at the safety position last year, when he returns, what happens? And, maybe somebody will be hurt, so it will be an easy answer. But when he returns, and if everybody's healthy, how do they integrate him back into the fold? Who has to take some snaps off? It's a good problem to have, but I think it also underscores that this team's secondary did get younger and better since last season.
Well said, man. David, listen, we really enjoyed having you on, man, and we love your reporting with the Standard. We love watching all your stuff on social media, so keep up the great work, man. We'll keep following you, and really enjoyed the conversation, man. We'll do it again soon, okay, bro?
Yeah, I would love it. Thank you.
Thanks so much, David. David Lombardi, everybody. San Francisco Standard, outstanding 49er coverage, bringing it to the PMP community tonight. Tony, always a pleasure to talk to David. We saw him at the Dwight Clark event down in San Jose. Remember, we had a quick chat with him up on the rooftop when we were hanging out with Garrison Hurst. That was cool. But really love getting his insights tonight, Tony. Excuse me.
No question, man. First of all, he looked good. He sounded good. And then
Man, I know. I got him like pale face over here. You guys are all bronzed. You know what I mean? He's got that Santa Clara practice suntan. You know what I mean?
I forgot to ask him. I wanted to ask him if New Orleans ranks as one of his top cities to visit.
Oh, how can it not? You know what I mean? How can it not? Yeah.
I was just curious because, we had some of our listeners and viewers go there, Noemi, Ray, and Corinne. And Corinne sent pictures, by the way. We'll share those as well. But yeah, man, the way David breaks it down, I love talking to people like David who are there every day, right? They're literally watching it in front of them. So there's no better resource outside of the team itself to get the information from, man. And so when David speaks, I listen and I follow him on social media too. He's a great follow on social media too. You should all follow him.
Yeah, he is. He's awesome on Twitter, man. He posts a lot of great stuff. And, I think like we're all fortunate as Niner fans with some of the reporters we have here covering this team. Like Matty Barrows is great. Matt Mayoko is great. He's now working with Brooksy on NBC Sports Bay Area, the pre and post. By the way, Rod Brooks getting more handsome as the years roll on. Dude, I'm watching him. I'm telling you, I get a bad complex about myself when I watch Rod Brooks. I mean, all the ladies come in, oh my God, Rod looks so good. I'm like, damn, throw me a compliment like once in a while. But he does. He's a very handsome guy, and it's a great team. By the way, I want to update all the WNBA enthusiasts in the audience. Y'all will be happy to know. Oh,
there we go.
It's a PMP Sports Desk update on a Wednesday night flight, y'all. Okay, the Valkyries, dude, they're taking it to them, bro. 63-49, end of 3. So we're going into the fourth quarter. Valkyries looking awfully good tonight down in San Jose. That's awesome. They're about to tie the series up 1-1 if they can close out. Tony, Dami Peralta with a super for. We'll get that one next time, Dami. Sorry about that, brother, but. Good question. Favorite pizza spot on the road? Yeah, these are.
It's so funny, Paulie. I had a few questions myself, totally unfootball related. But when you start talking football with David, it's like I get sucked into this vortex of like, give me more, give me more, give me more. Oh,
it's like you said. I mean, he sees everything going on down there, so you can literally throw any question at him. He's going to have like an insightful answer, which is awesome.
And think about it, dude. We've got Lombardi, we've got Barrows, we've got Mayoko. Those three alone are just Jedis when it comes to Niner coverage and Niner footage. I mean, and they're all good dudes too, which is great. Matt Barrows rules. Mayoko, we've known for years, rules. And David, I've only met him, in person with you, Paulie, but great guy and really nice of him to take some time on a Wednesday night to come join us on the night flight. So I love it, man. And dude, I completely forgot about Mustafa. And when Mustafa comes back, that's a force of nature that's going to just wreak havoc, dude. Like I forgot about him.
And I gotta admit, I was a little worried about the secondary coming into the season. I even said it on the show multiple times, losing Hufanga. There's just been a lot of turnover back there. And I'm like, geez, I hope that doesn't become like a weak spot for us where other offenses are just picking on our secondary all day. But these guys are balling out, man. Like you said, Jair Brown getting his hand on that ball. I think that was in the first quarter. That was early. And so far, dude, we got really nothing to complain about. Niners have looked awfully good. But, dude, this is why I asked him about the Cardinals, Tony. I really do get uptight when we play the Cardinals because they just always seem to roll into Levi regardless of how good the Niners are and just take it to us. They always give the Niners problems.
And Kyler's like a video game quarterback, dude. The way he scampers across, those quick little legs that just scamper, dude. And he's so hard to follow and tackle. So I love what Lombardi was saying about, because you and I have talked, Paulie, about mobile quarterbacks giving the Niner defense troubles.
Yeah, they have for years under the Shanahan years. Yeah.
Right. But the way they did the pocket pushing against Jalen Hurts is that I think like what Lombardi's talking about. And Saleh is, we talked about this the other day about how Saleh might just be meant to be a defensive coordinator. That is like, maybe that's his calling because he's very good at, and you see it in these two games, the difference. And Lombardi's right about the energy of the youth movement, dude. That Michael Williams.
What it is, Tony, sorry to interrupt you, but I think what we're looking at here is it's the youth gone wild. You know what I mean? We are the youth gone wild. Shout out Skid Row. We don't talk a lot of Skid Row on the show, but every now and again you throw them a bone. You know what I mean?
Or it's musical youth. It could be musical youth because they're creating great music together. They're passing the Dutchie upon the left-hand side.
Well, and they're also asking for your unconditional love. Let's not sleep on the follow-up single, man, because I was a fan of that one. Give me your unconditional love, the kind of one. By the way, I want to shout out. I'm down. I'm down with the whole musical youth movement. Tony, I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, man.
I got some supers to get to that happened earlier in the show, but while we were prepping for David Lombardi, let's go back in time. I'm going to show Escobar's super one more time because he says F the Dodgers, F Otani, defund the Chiefs, hashtag free Murph, smash the like button. Yes, I've had a few. I'm in that mood. Try me. Then
try me, dude. I'm all about try me, dude. Yeah.
And then Karen Bell followed that up with a super. Thank you, Karen. And she says, I'm with Escobar. Everything he said, which is great. And then we had Aaron Kask jumping in as a super and says, was the GIMP the final straw for my grandparents?
It's a great question, Aaron. It's a legitimate question, too. Once they bring him out of his cage or he's in that little crate or whatever, bro, your grandparents are like, you know what, Tony, I think I've seen enough. I've seen enough for one. How did they react to the GIMP? Good question.
Well, if you're just joining us now or joined us late in the show, we were talking Pulp Fiction before we went to David Lombardi. I forget even why we got onto Pulp Fiction, but it was Allow Me to Retort.
Allow me to retort. Yeah.
It went into a whole discussion about the big brain on Brad. But I said that I took my grandparents to Pulp Fiction and it was a major mistake. They left long before the GIMP, Aaron. So they didn't even make it to the GIMP. As far as I know, they don't even know about the GIMP. So, but thanks for asking, dude. And thank you for the super. Paulie,
give me some Stevie B real quick. Yeah, see Stevie B's in the mix. I was trying to read that super post, but it already scrolled by. And I also want to shout out a new name I've never seen. Welcome aboard, Law of Awe. Dude, I dig your handle, Law of Awe. Who, if you're just joining us, Law of Awe is asking about Ayuk. We did ask Lombardi about Ayuk and his progress. And Law, he said that he was working out today. He was running along. He's not on the practice field, but he said he was running routes like parallel with the practice field. So that, to me, sounds pretty encouraging. Hopefully he stays on schedule.
Yeah. Just from the Fareed Robot Center Sports Desk, it's 63-56. So the lead is decreasing for the Valkyrie.
Come on. You know, Joe Lacob's not having that, dude. I don't care if we're in San Jose or Timbuktu. I want this win, goddammit. You know what I mean? Don't let Jumpin' Joe Lacob down. It's his first home Valkyries playoff. He must be freaking furious that they kicked the Valkyries out of his own building. You know what I mean? I don't think Jumpin' Joe can be too happy about that. To accommodate a tennis match, listen, I love tennis like anybody. You know what I mean? 40 deuce, whatever. We're serving mixed matches, doubles, whatever. Let the ladies play in their own gym. Really, that did kind of rub me the wrong way. I wish they were back at Chase. But if they win the series, they will be back at Chase. Okay. Stevie B. Tony, you take this one. I'm blown away by all the stuff he's writing here.
He says, shout out to my mom, Linda B., coming to SF from Jersey tomorrow. Diehard Springsteen fan and ardent Niners supporter. Saw Zepp at MSG in 75. Who Quadrophenia tour in Meadowlands. She's the best. Dude, I would say, to quote Springsteen, she's the one. Not she's the best, but she's the one.
Very nice. Hey, Stevie B, is your mom Linda B? I love you call her Linda B. My mom, Linda B, is she going to go see Deliver Me From Nowhere? It's a Springsteen movie about Nebraska. I have to think yes. She's a diehard. I'm all over that. Dude, we should have like a group outing. We should have a PMP. Oh, I mean, obviously, you got to be a Bruce fan, I guess. But if you're down with Springsteen and you want to see him basically going insane, which I think is what this movie is going to be, you're going to go out and see that one. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it very much. Jeremy Strong as John Landau, like that right there is enough for me to get into it. And then Jeremy Allen White as Bruce. I really can't wait. But Stevie B, great. I'm glad your mom's coming out, and I'm blown away by her credentials, dude. 75 Zeppelin at the Garden. That's basically like my fantasy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I was just, you know what's funny? Over the weekend at the Sound Summer concert, Tony, I was talking to one of the musicians in the Sly Stone tribute. It was a woman who was singing backup. So we actually had dinner together, and she and I just started chatting. And I was like, telling her how great her set was. And I said, for me, Tony, I had never seen a band that size play Sly Stone music. And you get the full effect. There was like 30 people on stage. I was like, Jesus, this is incredible. So I told her that. And I said, it's the closest I'll ever come to seeing Sly Stone. And the three people I wish I could have seen. And I don't want your top three, Tony. People that are no longer touring or passed away. For me, it's Sly Stone, Zeppelin, and Jimi Hendrix. Those are the three. If I had a magical time machine or whatever, those are the bands I would say. Give me your three real quick.
Marley is number one without question. Gosh, after that, I would probably say I really, every time I hear Stevie Ray Vaughan, I wish I could have seen Stevie Ray Vaughan, but I was, I just didn't get the opportunity. I never saw Jerry Garcia, dude. But
Jesus,
that was because I was just an idiot, basically turning down tickets in college, and I'll regret it, for the rest of my days. But yeah, the Jimi Hendrix is hard to not think about saying. I mean, because you watch those videos and you're just like, that must have been unbelievable. The Doors. I would also love to would have seen Morrison.
How about Zeppelin? Are they in there for you at all?
Yeah, Zeppelin's in there too. Yeah, Zeppelin's in there too. If I could have gone back in time to I mean, I was alive, but I was only 7 years old when they played Kezar. That would have been like talk about your hometown show.
Oh, dude, yeah, Zeppelin to Kezar. Come on, dude. You gotta get any better than that. And by the way, Miriam, welcome aboard. And you got it, my dear. That's a mason jar. That's how I like to roll. I got the water in the mason jar. Great eye. Escobar the third. Here he comes, dude. He's coming back. He wants more. Get Escobar up there real quick. If you're not down with the boss, don't worry when I close the door. Now you just can't leave. Totally. I asked you like gentlemen, give him the cold beers. Now you can't leave. Escobar, I love the vibe you're in tonight, bro. You stay in that zone, man. Keep doing what you do. Tony, Lawbridge Pizza for you and me?
Yeah, well, in a second. But first of all, Paulie.
Not yet. In a second. Yes.
In another yen-powered super by Doug in Japan. So, Doug, we can't thank you enough for tuning in from Japan, buddy. And we do have that surprise coming for you.
I can't wait to unleash that on Doug. I cannot wait, dude. I'm like excited for the first time we get to do the Doug tribute. It's coming, Doug. It's coming. Thanks for your patience.
I freaking love it. Doug, stay strong. Kanpai from Tokyo, he says. I love it. And I would say back to you, oyasumi nasai. So that means good night, basically. But for him, it's not good night. So it'd be saying for us, good night. We're having a good night. Oyasumi. Oyasumi nasai. Or for him, it'd be konbanwa or konnichiwa or Ohio gozaimasu. All those.
Did you just drop a freaking Benoit on me, dude? Is that what you just did? Did you just drop a Benoit? Did I hear that right?
I said a konbanwa.
Okay. I don't want to get naughty. I don't want us to be going into the Good Vibrations merchandise catalog and for the Benoit. All right. Anyway, Tony, now do we go to Lombardi? Is that okay? Can we?
Let's see if I got all the supers taken care of, Paulie. And then we got to talk Longbridge. And then we got some birthdays to go over as well.
Okay.
And just have more fun on the night flight, but that's all.
All right, well, here we go. I'm going to have some fun with Lombardi Pizza as we get rolling here. So Lombardi Pizza, we love you guys so much. I hope that you are taking advantage of everything they're offering the community down there in the dog patch. Listen, if you live in San Francisco, you got it good because you can go to Lombardi on 3rd Street, 2347 3rd Street, or in a lot of neighborhoods, they deliver. Neil has requested if you are going to place the delivery order, please do it on their website. That is his preferred method of ordering for delivery. Do it on the Lombardi Pizza website, and then just enjoy the order, man. Like any variety of pizza you want, they're going to serve it up for you. You can create your own toppings or try the Polymac pizza. If I do say so myself, I think it's pretty good pizza. It's got nice sausage. There's some onion on there, the sourdough crust, nice and simple, but very flavorful. Then, of course, I've been celebrating his son Nico's pizza as well. I like that one a lot. For those of you who have gluten concerns, other dietary concerns, he can definitely help you out there. Make sure that you have a gluten-free pizza. He can honor that. Of course, this being Wednesday night, Tony, my favorite day of the week at Lombardi, they've got all those sandwiches, just rolling them out on Wednesdays. You know how I feel about the chicken parm. It's freaking money. Stevie B agrees, by the way. Another Jersey boy. Rags, I would be happy and proud to take you to Lombardi as a Jersey boy and say, here's how Neil's making a chicken parm in San Francisco. What do you think? And Rags, I can tell right now you'd be blown away, dude. So try that chicken parm. It's killer. And then, Tony, I know you've got your own kind of relationship with the menu. It's a little bit different from mine, but go ahead. No, it is. It's okay. Like our approaches are different, but you always devour everything. Like you're getting the mushroom. I don't know what you were eating last time, but it looked pretty damn good. Mushrooms and kale, all kinds of stuff.
I had the white pie, which had mushrooms and garlic on it with the white sauce. It was and then the chili oil. It was fantastic. But also Thursdays are the Detroit squares. You can get Polymac pizza and the Detroit square, Detroit style square pizza. You can get any of the pizzas that you want on Thursdays. Tuesdays are the Smack Stack burger days. Wednesdays are the sandwich days. Thursdays are the Detroit style square pizza days. You can't lose. And then also the beer selection. I'll talk about it till I'm blue in the face, because there's a row of like 7 taps, and they're all local Bay Area taps. And that's what Neil's all about, is supporting the freaking neighborhood, supporting the locals, and supporting the mom and pops. And that's what, Paulie, I'm going to share some right now. And we got some.
By the way, Tony, do you need a lozenge? Do you need a lozenge? I can drive one down to you. You sound a little scratchy. You sound like you need like a Ricola. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and hydrate, buddy. You guys hearing me? Tony sounds scratchy. I'm getting concerned. And if you need a lozenge, I got you. I got a bag full of Ricola downstairs. You know what I mean? Honey lemon, dude. Honey lemon. Keeping it honest.
Well, I got to give love to Luden's cough drops as a kid and Pine Brothers.
That was like eating candy, dude. When they would come in with the Pine Brothers, you're like, "Ooh, good, I got them now." You know what I mean? Now I'm getting candy. I'm staying home from school. It really was. It was like eating candy. Yeah. Give me some more of those Pine Brothers, man. I still don't feel too good. Give me another box. Yeah.
Give me the whole fucking box. Those are incredible.
Do they still make those, dude? Is Pine Brothers still doing business? I don't know. It's a great pull, by the way. We've never wrapped Pine Brothers, but I'm glad you brought it up.
I'm glad you know it, because I literally saw a Pine Brothers billboard on 101 South on our way to Santa Barbara 2 weekends ago. And I was like, look at that. A Pine Brothers billboard out of nowhere.
I guarantee your kids are like, yeah, whatever, Dad. I'm playing Game Boy right now or whatever. Your kids don't give a damn about Pine Brothers. You know what I mean? They could care less.
Yeah, you're so right. But hey, back to Longbridge Pizza.
Sorry, my bad. Yes, go ahead.
You're good. I love the diversions.
We swerve around, bro. I mean, the road is straight, but that doesn't mean Tony and I are staying on the road. We'll go up right up against the guardrail. We'll make an illegal left. We swerve around a lot. Yeah.
Paul, as one of my favorite bumper stickers says, not all those who wander are lost. Okay?
Well, as David Lee Roth said, I'll tell you what, I have no idea where we're going, but the good news is we're way ahead of schedule. So similar thought right there, whatever that means. That's just David Lee dropping science. But anyway, finish your Longbridge love, dude. Sorry.
So no, I just wanted to say, we've been talking about Slices for Sammy, the fundraiser that Neil and Andrew and everybody at Longbridge Pizza is they're putting together for their friend Sami, who works in the dog patch. And dude, the great news, it's September 29th and it's sold out. So we did our job spreading the word. Obviously, Neil and Andrew and their social media and their word of mouth and their neighborhood did the job. So the event is sold out September 29th. It's great. And I wanted to read this because this is, as you can see, this is a post on Instagram from Longbridge Pizza. It says, Longbridge Pizza Company has been proudly serving carefully crafted sourdough pizzas to the dog patch neighborhood of San Francisco since 2014. We specialize in thin crust sourdough pizzas made with naturally leavened organic flour. We source only the highest quality ingredients and draw influences from classic East Coast, Italian, and San Francisco styles. We craft pizzas that offer something for everyone. Laid back vibe, serious pizza. Neil and Andrew. And then this is their friend Sami, who he is the owner of Potrero Trade Operators Coffee in the dog patch, and he lives in the dog patch, and he was in a bike accident. They put the fundraising effort together, and it's intended to help Sami pay for living expenses and other costs associated with his recovery. And as we all know, it's expensive. You know, medical is expensive. Living in the Bay Area is expensive. So this is where Longbridge comes in to help. Slices for Sami, September 29th. It's 5 p.m. and there's different pizzerias that are involved. Cheetos Pizza, Harrison Pizza, Fox Pizza, Marin, Pie on the Fly, and Evolution Bake. They're all involved in this. And then there's a comedy hour as well with the Laugh Asylum Comedy Hour. And Neil Donardi texted me today and he says, I want PMP Familia there. So I have a pair of tickets that he set aside to give away tonight on the show. So, Paulie, we have tickets to give away on the show, but we have to think of a pizza trivia question. And we've already done the fast time pizza trivia question. So pizza trivia question that we have to put out to the PMP Familia. and then the first to email. And by the way, if you do win these tickets, we want to make sure that you can actually attend. So if you win and you can't attend, then let us know and we'll give it to the next person. But
I just came up with thank you, Tony, very much for that. Just before I forget this, you know me, if I don't blurt this out, dude, it'll be gone. It'll my brain dead kind of my brain dead injuries over the years won't allow me to retrieve this. So let me get this out real quick. How about this for a trivia question? It's Brady Bunch based. Okay, it's Brady Bunch based. There was, I don't know if you remember this one, but there was a thing where Greg Brady somehow had to take Bobby on a date. And he's on it. Greg is Greg is a ladies' man now. He's, the older teenager who's living up in the attic. He's got the beat. So he's out with his girlfriend, but he's got Bobby with him. Okay. Now they're at a drive-in movie theater too, which is like, that's where the guy wants to get, alone with his girl, get romantic, maybe smooch a little bit, but they got Bobby in the back seat. Okay. Bobby starts making demands. Greg, go get me a pizza. Go get me a pizza. So he gets him the pizza. Here's the trivia question. Unless you don't like this, Tony, we can do away with this. But when he comes back to the car with the pizza, there's it's a catastrophe. An animal gets caught on the pizza. Okay. It's stuck in the cheese. I'm looking for the name of the animal. It might not even be an animal. Is it a mammal? I don't know what it is, but what was the creature that got stuck in the pizza with Greg Brady and Bobby Brady at the drive-in? Do you know the scene? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Dude, God, I mean, yes, vaguely.
Okay. Okay.
Dude,
are you guys? Yeah. Oh, not on the comments line. I got to disqualify people. See, now I got to, because you know what? We're going to do it over. This is a do-over. NorCal refrigeration. Keep it to yourself, Holmes. Don't say that. You're right, though. It was a frog. It was a freaking frog. Do you remember the frog on the pizza? They pulled it up and it was stuck with cheese. It was a mess. All right. Take two. Let's go. Yeah. I know that was a little too deep, Stevie Bay. I know it took me too long. I didn't deliver that very well.
I love it.
What else can we do pizza related real quick? That was the only thing I had. You got another trivia question?
You know what, Paulie? I mean, it's something we could actually think about and give it away on Friday, but I do love giving it away on the night flight. It could be something Longbridge related.
Go ahead.
And I'm trying to think of a trivia question for Longbridge related. I love how we're doing this live on the show.
Coming up with ideas. So let's think about this for a while. Yeah.
But I love the fact that Neil gave us the tickets to give away because we are very excited that he sold out this event because it was, from the kindness of their heart that they decided to put this together. And we all hope Sami gets better. We haven't met Sami, but I look forward to the day we meet Sami. But
you know what we're gonna do? I like what you said, Tony. Let's if I could use a little more corporate speak. I want to be totally transparent. Tony, I want to punt this to Friday. They're starting to say that in the boardroom now. You know what? Why don't we punt that idea to the next meeting? Why don't we punt this trivia question to tomorrow or Friday so we can come up with a proper question? How's that sound?
Yeah, that's fine. And make sure you tune in Friday and we'll give it away Friday. And then let us know if you can make it because it is September 29th. So we do have a whole week to prepare for it.
By the way, Escobar is not taking this line down. He goes, guys, it wasn't just a frog. It was a bullfrog. Okay. It was a freaking bullfrog. You and me, Escobar. The rest of these people might not know what's going on. I saw it and you saw it. That's the only thing that matters, dude. The frog was in the pizza while they were, and then he put the umbrella through the roof, dude. Do you remember that? He stuck the umbrella through the convertible. It's a long story. You had to watch a Brady Bunch. Tony, on the tip of generosity, here's what I want to do. I want to announce another fundraising thing real quick. Then I want to shout out another super from Patty. And then I want to do birthdays and then we can wrap it up for tonight. But guys, only since this Slices for Sami has been so successful, and thank you to all of you who have contributed, I kind of want to tease something for next week. Tony and I have a history of doing work with the San Francisco Marin County Food Bank. And it's an organization I really, really feel strongly about. Tony and I have boxed food over there. We've made donations over the years, and it's just a great organization. And unfortunately, there are a lot of hungry people in our community, whether it's in the North Bay, it's in the city, the East Bay, it's all over. It's a problem all over the world, and it's a problem in the country. But what can we do about it in our area? Well, I think there's something we can do. Next week, I want to try to start a little fundraising drive for the San Francisco Marin County Food Bank, because they're doing this great thing this month. It's called Hunger Action Month. and it's a matching gift campaign, meaning that if we can raise a few bucks here amongst the PMP familia, they will match that dollar amount. So say we all throw in $2 next week, and I'll pull a number down. Say we have $100 to give them, they'll match it. So that means and I want to help. I mean, I really do. Like, if we can use this platform to help some other people, dude, I'm 100% down, whether it's Slices for Sami or whether it's for San Francisco Food Bank. Humdinger, thank you. Exactly. Karen Bell, thank you. We'll do it next week. I'm just giving you guys a heads up because I've got all the paperwork here. And I vouch for this organization. I do. I vouch for this organization. They're rock solid, and the money will go where it's supposed to go. Yep. And that means families are going to get fed, and that matters to me. So we'll get back to that next week, but we'll all chip in a little bit and, do our part, man. That's all.
Absolutely. And Paulie, we let everybody know that last year we did a hot and sour picks from the San Francisco Food. Remember, we did from the San Francisco Food Bank, and they were like, what are you guys doing? We're like, hey, we're just doing a little fun, but we also donated food. While we were there. And so, yes, Paulie, I love the idea. Let's do it. And let's, in an interesting climate right now in the world, it's nice to be, let's all give it back and help. Like,
exactly. That's what I'm saying, dude. I mean, it's like, things are getting crazy out there, but what can we do about it? What we can do, in my opinion, is put some love back into the community, man. That's what I'm going to do. I want to put some love out there, and I want to help people that need help, man. We've all been there at one time or another where you just need a hand with something. Jesus H, by the way, here comes reality crashing down on me. Tony, I innocently look over at the sports ticker at the PMP sports desk. Dude, the Valkyries are losing.
Oh, no.
Losing by 1 point, 73-72. We got a minute 24 left. We'll take this thing to the end, but I did not expect that. They had like a 15-point lead last time I checked. Right now they are down by 1. So we'll keep an eye on that. Come on, Vox, let's go. Don't let Jumpin' Joe Lacob down like this. We got to get this W, man.
Yeah, come on, Vox. Really, come on. Literally the best fan base in the WNBA. Let's get loud and proud down there. Come on. Paulie, keep us posted. Stand by. I'm going to go to Supers while you watch the scoreboard and present the ticker. So Patty from Napa says, we haven't heard the Biscuit Lady in a while. Request for rags. Just a thought. Patty, I'm on it. I'm on the case. Stand by, as we say in the industry, stand by. And Patty comes back strong again, and she says, songs with pizza in them. So
okay.
I'm trying
to think about that. I actually have to think about that. I don't know that I have any. Do you have any? I don't know.
Off the top of my head, no. I mean, the crust, it's like crust in a song or pepperoni in a song, or
it's tough to write about pizza in a song. You know what I mean? It's tough. Get your pizza cooking. Get out on the highway. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to make something up, but I hear you, Patty. We'll come up with something. And thank you, as always. Thank you, as always, for the donation. 43 seconds left, still down by 1. I'm getting distressed over here, Tony. Sorry. Go ahead, buddy.
Well, you know what? To take your mind off of the Valkyrie, and I am going to let me move something off the screen. Well, she's fine. Okay, Estelle's fine. This is the Biscuit Lady, and this is what she had to say to Rags. Gosh, what a few weeks ago.
I don't think we have like the full 5 minutes though.
No, I have it already. Paulie, come on, give me some credit. I already have it set up.
Dear are there for you in this coming year. And so, on that note, I am thrilled to be able to say hello to you. And someone said you might even have a crush on toasters. I'm dying. I'm just dying. Anyway, have the greatest day, greatest evening. I'll be thinking of you. And again, I'm sending big love and biscuit hugs from Toasters.
Hang on.
Every chance you get.
I'm telling you, I'm starting to read between the lines here, Tony. I'm starting to read between the lines. The more I see this, I'm like analyzing this like a great film. I think there's something going on here. There's something subliminal with the Biscuit Lady and Ray. You feeling me on this? There's a warmth. You know what I mean? There's a warmth exuding from the Biscuit Lady, and it's all for Rags. Taste it. Exactly. You taste that biscuit, Rags, to the best of your abilities, man. Get in there. Down by 3, Tony. 29 seconds down by 3. I'm getting distressed. Yeah.
Stand by.
So I just want to say, hope you're having a great day.
Where does she sing? She sings the song, doesn't she?
It's all for me.
Yeah, there it is. Hold on, stand by. Just a little bit. Just
taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes on my chicken wings.
There you go.
Dude, look at the face too. Look at the joy coming off of her. Thank you, Tony, and thank you, Estelle. Thank you, Estelle, man. Rock and roll. And Rags, you're you see Rags' comment. Why don't you read this one, Tony?
Stand by. Hang on. He says, let me get down there. I can't get down there. Where's Rags? He
Never
said,
mind. I'll take it. He goes,
oh.
Yeah, go ahead, take it. Go.
He says, looking for my sock. ...
That's all. Just use your imagination. Looking for my sock. Rex, is there like a designated sock? And if so, that's kind of disturbing, dude. I would hope you would mix it up a little bit. You can't use the same sock over and over again. All right,
Paulie, if there's ever words to live by, Estelle said it at the end. Taste the biscuit every chance you get. Basically, that's how she ends. That's how she ended it. Right? Words to live by. Okay, taste the biscuit every chance you get.
All right, listen, I want to shout out. Are there any other supers real quick? Did I see another one from Patty, or are we caught up? I just want to make sure.
We are caught up.
Okay. For the ladies of PMP, whether you are Miriam, Karen Bell, of course, we got Patty out there, and Joy P. Welcome aboard, Joy P. I always, that now that I see the name Joy P every night, Tony, you know what I keep thinking about? Joy and pain, sunshine and rain. Or we could just do like this. We could rewrite it for her. We could go Joy and P. You know what I mean? Because she's Joy P. Anyway, Joy P. I've got a song for you. That's my tribute. I hope you liked it. Yes.
Well, I got birthdays at some point before.
Let's do birthdays. Yeah, I want to do birthdays, and we'll wrap it up. Yes. Top. Give me an explosion.
Nice.
Okay, Valkyries are not taking this line down. They're still scratching and clawing. We got 3.4 seconds left. We got a stoppage in the game. Minnesota 75, Valkyries 74. We got life. We just need the ball back in one shot, and we're going to go to game 3. I'll keep you posted. Okay.
Wow.
Tony, you can I didn't mean to interrupt you. You can go ahead and start the
okay.
Game is done. Robot Centaur saying game is done. Is it? That was an L. 4 seconds left. I don't know. There's a lot of confusion. Confusion in the sports desk, confusion over here. I'll tell you when I have a final from ESPN, but I don't have it yet. So Tony, start the birthdays, man. Let's get it going.
Hold on. There's another super that just popped up. I want to bring Frank Tom Ocean. He says, PM, excited I found you. Love you on the Krug show. That a boy, Frank.
Thank you, Frank. Great to have you, bro. Stop by anytime. I like your picture too in the black. That looks cool. I like that, man. Welcome. Good to see you too, Frank.
Nice. Paulie, did you get your black jersey yet? Your Niner black jersey yet?
Nah, no, probably won't. You know what I'm saying? I like to keep it clean. I like to keep it legit. Tony, I like to keep it 100. You know what I mean? I want to keep it 100. I like to go red. I'm the red or the white. I go traditional. I'm a traditional dude when it comes to Niner ball.
And how about, I will say it was 92 degrees in Kansas City on the field, and the Chiefs were wearing their red at Arrowhead. So
dude, this is a little premature, right? They're already they announced this like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we're gonna wear white at the home opener. It's like, well, what if it's not that hot?
Yeah,
don't you want to wear your home jersey? I don't know. Feels weird to me. I don't know.
Paulie, birthdays today. Okay, this is on September 17th. We have some heavenly birthdays first. Okay, dude. Well, first of all, Hank Williams. By the way, did you know I did not know this, that Hank Williams was only 30 when he passed away. Did you? I did
not know that. In fact, do you know? I don't even know what he passed away from. Do you know what he passed away from at such an early age? Like what happened?
I don't know, but I think it was 1923 to 1953 are his years of on Earth. So just rest in peace, Hank Williams. Also, John Ritter. Heavenly birthday for John Ritter today.
Oh, that's Jack Tripper now you're talking about, dude. I love Threes. In fact, it was funny, swear to God, a lot of times when we finish the night flight and then I go downstairs, get my herbal delish going, start the decompression process, I'll catch a Threes Company episode because IFC, the independent film channel, they show like a marathon of Threes Company every Wednesday night starting at 10 p.m. It's like they teed it up for us, man. So yeah, I get my fill of John Ritter. I really thought he was a very funny guy, physical comedian. I loved him on Threes Company. The films he was in, I always thought he was a funny dude. I was really, really sad when he passed away. See, Joy P, me and you both. Yeah, Regal Beagle, Rags, exactly. Let's go down to the Regal Beagle like gentlemen and have a couple of white wines. The game's over. We lost by 1 point. Minnesota won. Yeah. 75-74. That's unfortunate. All right. Well, hey, you know what, though? What an achievement First expansion team ever to make it into the postseason in the WNBA. And like Tony said, arguably the best fans in the whole freaking league. This city took to that team. Like, I think Joe Lacob couldn't be happier with the response, because you don't really know when you put a new team in the city, like what's going to happen. Like Tony said, they've been selling that joint out. And Tony, they packed SAP Center tonight too, or HP, whatever the hell it's called now. They packed that place too. So great effort tonight. Too bad they didn't get the win, but it is a final. Yeah.
Hell of it. Yeah, seriously. Take a bow. Great first year for the Valkyries, man. Lots to look forward to, man. Seriously. And Lacob's got to be pumped. You know what Lacob's going to be saying? Never again are we going to San Jose for a playoff game. And nothing against San Jose. Actually, I like the venue.
I've seen some great shows too. You and I have seen some great shows down in that building. Like we saw Killer Springsteen show down there. I've seen the Who down there. We saw Sabbath down there, Holmes. You and I saw Sabbath, for God's sakes, with Bill Ward, with the man boobs flopping around, dude, with no shirt on. That was in San Jose. Yeah.
Totally, dude. So go Valkyries, go. Just a few more birthdays for you, Paulie. Let's go George Blanda, Orlando Cepeda, both heavenly birthdays today.
Nice.
We've got Kyle Chandler. Your guy, Kyle Chandler.
Yeah, that's my guy, all right. Why is he my guy? He's not my guy, but I like you saying, coach from Friday Night Lights. My bad, dude. I got confused. I thought you were talking like athletes for a second. Yes, that is my guy. You're totally right, dude. That's my guy 100%. I hope you guys like that Friday Night Lights TV show. I thought it was excellent, and I love that dude as Coach Taylor. Love that. There's no wearing earrings. There's no damn necklaces out there. He's yelling at the team, get the hell out of my locker room if you don't want to be here. He's got that Texas accent going, dude. I was a great show. Did you get into that, T? Friday Night Lights?
Incredible show. I watched all of it. It was incredible. I loved it, dude. And love Riggins, dude. How about Riggins, man? I was a Riggins fan.
The only guy I think the ladies like more than Rod Brooks is that dude, the guy who plays Riggins. Dude, my mom said something about Riggins. I'm like, damn, Mom, really? She's like, I like that show. And that young man who plays Riggins, he's so handsome. I'm like, wow, my mom's into Riggins. Okay. But the ladies love Riggins, Tony. There's just no getting around it, you know?
And Dom Peralta just nailed it. Connie Britton, Kyle Chandler's wife in the show. Just
listen.
You want to talk about like a power couple, like beautiful. She wasn't
afraid to kick Coach in the nuts either. She'd straighten his ass out on a number of things, dude. And I like that. I like a good, strong woman. And also, I love when she would walk in the room and she'd just be like, hey, y'all. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like with that Texas thing, kind of going, hey, y'all, how are you doing, y'all? I'm like, damn, Connie Britton. Okay. Yeah, I'm a fan. What can I tell you? You know, not hiding it.
Next birthday today, Ken Kesey, Paulie. Ken Kesey's birthday.
Oh, One Flew Over the Cuckoo. That's my guy, Ken Kesey now. Very close affiliations with the Grateful Dead for all those years. And, boy, you talk about the electric Kool-Aid acid test. That was down at his place. You know what I mean? He was throwing those parties, man. So, rest in peace, Ken Kesey. Great writer, too. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Sometimes a great notion. Wrote a lot of great books. Yeah.
Could you imagine being on that further bus? I mean, like, could you imagine?
You know what, though? Yes, I can. Because you and I, in our own way, in our own time, we have been on that further bus. It's just been a different vehicle, but the spirit was the same. And I think I can say the experience was the same, too. Because Tony and I have been electrified a few times. And yes, so I can imagine. To answer your question, yes.
Nice, dude. Fee Waybill, 75 today from the Tubes. Fee Waybill.
She's a beauty, one in a million girls. One in a million. Yeah, great band, the Tubes. Nice, Tony. You're pulling them out. You got a big birthday list tonight. I like this.
Wait till we get to the end, buddy. Wait till we get to the end.
Okay.
Your guy from New York, the New York Mets, lefty John Franco, 65 today. How about that?
Is he really 65? Yeah, that's crazy. He was never my guy, John Franco. He was a guy, but he was a long tenured closer for the Mets. Yeah, he played for the Reds too. He was around for a long time, John Franco.
Dude, I got to say hello to Daniel Shabazz. I don't know how you pronounce your last name, Daniel, but great to see you on the chat. I haven't seen you before. And he says, yes, we all want to get back on the bus. I love it, Daniel.
Well, I really think this is appropriate. And Daniel, I agree, man. Yeah, we do. I'll drive the damn bus, bro. I'll be Neil Cassidy. Everybody else just get on board. I feel like that's the question in life. You're either on the bus or
Mhm.
you're not on the bus. That's it. There are two kinds of people, those that get on the bus and those that don't and watch the bus go by. Tony and I'm driving the damn thing. You know what I mean? I'm not going to make any bones about that. I'm driving the bus. Yes.
Dude, and I always enjoy riding shotgun. So I'll just be
Yeah. By the way, when Tony and I take road trips, we have a great system. You guys should try this at home and spread it around. Instead of fighting over the tunes all the time, I want to hear this, I want to hear this. Tony and I have come up with a very good system. It works for everybody. You can turn people on to new stuff, and here's how it goes. I get two, you get two. So
Yep.
I'm going to play 2 tracks, and then when those are done, because I try to dazzle Tony. Yeah, you ever heard this? Check this out. Bam. Hit him with some live Zeppelin, something crazy. Then he comes back. Oh, yeah, you ever heard this? Bam. There's some like Peter Tosh thing I've never heard. So that's how we play the game. I do 2, you do 2. Try it on your next road trip with your buddy or your wife or your husband, whatever. It works. I'm telling you, it's a system that works.
And, you know, it was that game that you played, Can't You Hear Me Knocking for Me? And I was like, what is this?
Yeah, because it's like Santana. The middle, you open it, turns into like a Santana jam in the middle of that. Yeah.
Dude, and Robot Centaur says the problem with that, Paulie, is
The rules are there ain't no rules.
Well, the only rule we have is you can't play like the 30-minute version of Dazed and Confused and stuff like that. You know, you got to keep it like under 15 minutes because Tony and I could get loose. You know what I mean? I got a 45-minute Dark Star. You cool with that? Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't we also incorporate like you were allowed like 1 or 2 vetoes?
Yeah, or you could be like, I'm calling for an extension. I got an extension on this one. I got to go 3 because you get an idea from one song. It's like, oh, now I remember this. I got to play him a Sabbath thing, you know, or something. But yeah, we can bend the rules here and there. The rules are there ain't no rules. You guys know that.
Rules are there ain't no rules.
Yeah.
Phil Jackson is 80 today. Phil Jackson, 80 today, which is fantastic.
He's on the bus. Phil Jackson's on the bus, by the way. He really is. He's
Yes.
a deadhead. Yeah.
100%. As a matter of fact, he might have a bunk bed on that bus, dude.
Yeah.
And then Paulie, Alex Ovechkin is 40 today,
Okay. Wow. 40. Damn.
right? And then Paulie, I've got some visual aids for the final birthday today, at 30 years of age. And I want to thank Don Peralta for helping me out with this today. But Paulie, your guy, not my guy, but your guy turned 30 years old today. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
Is
Paulie?
it the Muppet?
Hey, it's my birthday, dog. It's my birthday, dog. Sing to me, dog. Come on, sing to me, dog.
Yeah, I've never seen this before. I like that suit. I wish I owned a suit like that. It looks nice. Or is that a tux? I don't even know. But yeah, I dig the work. You know what I mean? Thank you, Dom, very much. And I like that it's Kermit the Frog, bro, with a Chiefs headband on.
Don't hit me, dog. Don't touch me, dog. Eat my cake, dog.
Yeah. By the way, I'll always say this all week. The rally cry is starting. Let's go Giants. You'll never hear me say that again. Let's go. I'm rooting hard for blue. I'll never say that again either. But Tony, aren't you? Don't you want the Giants to beat the Chiefs? Wouldn't it be great if they go 0-3? Oh, he's so great.
Dude, you know what? I rewatched it again today because right after the Niner game ended, they took you live to the Cowboys Giants game, the end of that game, and so it was still on my YouTube TV playlist or whatever. And I rewatched the end of that game yesterday or this morning too. It was bonkers, man. That end of that game was bonkers. And Russell Wilson, I can't believe it's Russell Wilson, by the way. It's just
I know it was the fact that he completed that pass, and I forget the receiver, but the receiver had like a hand on his helmet, and he still made it was an unbelievable play. Unbelievable.
So happy birthday, Patrick Mahomes. And
Yeah,
I hope you
I'm the right guy to deliver that message too. No question. If there's anybody that's gonna give the Kermit the Frog presence his love. And by the way, the reason I always say don't touch me, dog, is because last year they had Max Crosby mic'd up on the field, and Mahomes released the football. Crosby gets back there and basically gives him a shove. Nothing more than that. Just gives him a little shove. But you can hear Mahomes on the mic going, "Hey, dog, that was after the throw, dog. Don't hit me like that, dog." It's like, dude, shut up. You know what? You're lucky he didn't slam you into the ground. You know, and anyway, that's why I say that all the time. I'm basically recreating that thing right there. Tony, very impressive collection of birthdays tonight. Miriam knows what I'm talking about. Don't touch me, dog. Exactly, Miriam. Exactly. All right, Tony, let's wind it down right now. I do want to thank David Lombardi after you take care of these supers. Yeah, go for it, T.
So this is our last super of the night. Thank you all for the supers today. And for every day. We appreciate the support. We really do. This is Chutch 916. Glad the Cron Ick 60 minutes is out the window, dude. I love
We're
it.
still under strict orders, but we're just blatantly violating those orders on a daily and nightly basis. At some point, we're going to get cracked. I know it's coming, but yeah, right now we're still keeping it loose. And thank you, Chuck916. I do appreciate that. Yeah, it's hard. Tony and I cannot contain this thing to 60 minutes. We've tried. It's very, very difficult. It feels like the show needs about $1.15, $1.20. We're getting up at, dude, I said we can't go $1.30 tonight, and we did. Here we go again. It's about the time of a feature length film. You know what I mean? You can watch Rocky in the time this show takes. But hey, we'd like to have a good time, and hopefully you guys are too. If it ever gets too long, let us know, and we'll do our best. Or Kron is going to let us know probably first. But anyway, yeah.
Or it's half of The Irishman. It's either a feature length film or halfway through The Irishman. Either one.
Hey, one more, Tony. The same way we bend the rules on I get two, you get two. Now, this is the last super of the night from Dub City. I think he's cracking me. Here we go. Can we compare Paulie's Mahomes with his impression of Shannon Kaler? They seem dangerously close. And by the way, Dub City, I'm impressed you spelled Kaler's last name right. I don't even know how to spell his name. I really don't. I know what his name is, but I don't know how to spell it. Very well done. And yeah, probably some of my impressions brush up against each other. Don't touch me, dog. That's Mahomes. And then here comes Kaler. Hey, man. I think there's a little bit of a higher pitch, more nasal with if there's any kind of, to differentiate a little bit. Yeah. But anyway, thank you, Dub City. I love you, baby. And thank you, Rags. Get some rest tonight, Rags. Getting late in Jersey. Your mom is cool. Dami Peralta. Noemi, good to see you tonight, as always. Joy P. It is crazy here. I know. Believe me, we're all half in the bag in this place. Robot Centaur, all y'all, Stevie B, safe travels to your mom. John Joseph, always a pleasure. Patty from Napa. And of course, Escobar was just running wild all night tonight. I hope you're still having a cocktail too. Miguel, cheers to you, brother. Robot Centaur. Escobar, there you are, my brother. See you soon. Tony, I want to thank Longbridge Pizza one more time. One of our greatest sponsors. I mean, they're all great, but they were the first one to do business with us, and we'll never forget that. Really, that was a big deal. Still is a big deal. So thank you, Neil Zanardi. Thank you, Longbridge Pizza. 2347 3rd Street in the Dog Patch. Laid back vibe. Serious pizza. Get down there and find out for yourself if you haven't already. And then lastly, Tony, can you take care of Peralta Arts? My laptop has crapped out here. It's out of batteries. So give them the particulars on Peralta before we go, if you could.
Well, I can tell you right now that Dom Peralta made some incredible artwork. I'm going to share a couple things that Dom has made, and this is through Peralta Arts and Company. And this is what he made in honor of Greg Papa back on the airwaves yesterday on KNBR. And we're all just sending mad love to Greg as he, fights cancer. He's cancer-free right now, but he has to go through a bone marrow transplant and stem cell transplant in November. So Dom, this is from Peralta Arts and Company. Dom is the one who made this, and it's just one example of Dom's work. I'd love to show his Sly and the Family Stone piece as well, because that is available. The Sly Stone piece is available if you would like to purchase it. It's on the YouTube page. If you click the link for the merch page, you can go on the merch page and you can pick that up. And here is the picture from Dom and Peralta Arts and Co. And if it's there, it is right there. There's Sly and the Family Stone. So it's just incredible stuff. And if you want to contact Dom, you can just text him or call him 650-796-3144 Peralta Arts and Co. Or you can email him Dominic@stellar.design as well. So it's just incredible stuff from Dom Peralta, our main man, our art director. He's the one that made the birthday cake today. He made this today. I texted Dom. I said, dude, it's Mahomes' freaking 30th birthday.
Yeah.
Can we do something that's fun? And
Don't eat my cake, dog. Don't touch my cake, dog. That's my cake, dog. Don't touch it, dog.
No, Dommy's the best, Tony. I'll echo that a million times. I mean, you surround yourself with talented people, and you're going to make yourself look a whole lot better. So thank you, Dom, for doing that for us. You have elevated this show, honestly, to a place it would not be without you. So thank you, Dom, for all you do. And anybody who needs any art for any, project or event or campaign, whatever it might be, a marketing campaign, advertising, what have you, Dom Peralta is your guy with Peralta Arts and Company. Tony, we've done it again, my man. Another successful night flight. Don't forget, everybody, if you want to keep the John Ritter love going, we're T-minus 27 minutes out from episode 1 on the IFC chat. I'll be there. I'll be watching. I'll be twirling J's and watching Ritter. Tony, final words.
I'm actually going to plug in and play some music with Buckethead Mark up at his little play space right after the show ends. So I'm excited to go like plug in my bass and have a jam. I haven't done that in ages.
Well, why don't you start practicing? Because you got a gig with me on November 8th. I've already got you slated as one of our guests. It's a Paulie Mac and Friends gig. So, Ray, I want to see Ray Goodman down there. Tony, I demand you walk on stage and play at least a couple of tracks. I've already given you the ones I want you to play. So you practice with Buckethead Mark and get ready for November 8th.
Dude, nice. Can we get Shank and Pine Needle on backing vocals, maybe?
100%. 100%. I need backup vocals. I need somebody to sing harmonies with. I really do.
You know that I'm in, you know, Ray's, and everybody would be in. Let's do it. Let's talk about that more as it gets closer. But also, I wanted to let people know I misspoke. The Sly Stone artwork by Dom Peralta is available on September 22nd. I misspoke. I thought it was there. But Dom is putting the finishing touches on that. Because you know what? Like most artists, you're never fully satisfied, you know? At some point, you just got to put the brush down, put the pen down, put the pencil down, and put the guitar down, whatever, and just be happy with it. So
well,
Dom,
you're talking about satisfied. Sorry, Tony, to interrupt you, but I got to jump in with something off of Boston 2. Tom Schultz and company, Brad Delp. Don't sleep on the track called Feeling Satisfied. Ooh, are you feeling satisfied? Come on, let us give your mind a ride. Little Boston for you on the way out the door. Rod Brooks on drums, 100%, Miguel, 100%. Final word tonight before our Professor Diamond David Lee Roth dismisses the class. Rags, you were shouting out Lana on Three's Company. Respect. Jack Tripper is a man who enjoyed many dates, but my favorite girlfriend of Jack Tripper's, Greedy Gretchen. I mean, you can't beat that handle. Greedy Gretchen. That's for me. Tony, your final thoughts, and we're out.
just Larry. Larry is my final thought.
Larry Dallas. That's his last name. Larry Dallas. Yeah.
I was a fan of Larry's. And also, can I just give the name I haven't seen on the chat before tonight? Stunna Filmo says, "Thank you, spirit lifters and soul saviors." I love it. I love it. It's in quotes. I don't know what the quote is from, but I love that quote, whatever it is. So thank you for sharing on the show. And I love seeing a lot of new names on the chat tonight. Welcome if you haven't seen the show before. Audio versions are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and TuneIn at Polymax Particles. We're on YouTube at Polymax Particles. Subscribe and like while you're there. We also broadcast live on Twitter/X, and we put the shows up on Facebook, on Blue Sky, and we are live on Instagram. I went over to Instagram earlier. I saw Hum Daddies over there. What's up, Hum Daddies? I saw Pecan over there. I also saw Stoner Dude over there. I saw Longbridge Pizza over there on Instagram Live. So we're all over the map, and we're just building this thing every episode. This is episode 171, Paulie. So nice. We're rocking. We're rocking in the free world.
Did you give Cron 4 Plus app some love? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. If you did, I missed it. Did you?
Oh no, but I will say we are available on the Cron 4 Plus app as well, through your smart TV on Roku, your Amazon Fire Stick, or Apple TV. I spoke with Cron Chris today. There's more developments in the work coming very soon.
Yeah. We got big things cooking for real. This is going to get really interesting very soon. So yes, Tony, well said.
Very cool. And also they're working on getting the Cron 4 Plus app on the mobile device because they know how important that is as well. So lots of things cooking. The new year, man, 2026 is going to be, 2025 has been really, really, really fun doing this show since January 8th. 2026 is going to be even better. So let's just go. Let's just keep rocking.
Imagine that's another the Wendell Tyler war. You know what I'm saying? On top of everything else, too. We just shout out Wendell Tyler. We needed him. You needed Wendell Tyler in 84, in 85, man. He was toting the rock for the Niners, rushing for 1,000 yards. Never forget him. Wendell Tyler, Tony. Say it out loud. You know what I mean?
Dude, and also shout out, before Jeffrey Leonard went to 00, he was number 26. The Hackman was number 26.
Well, see, now we're going to keep going. Well, I'll keep going. Before the Hackman even came to San Francisco, there was John the Count Montefusco rocking the 26, dude, and winning a National League Rookie of the Year on top of everything else. So there you go. I think we've exhausted our 26 conversation. Tony, thank you for everything. Your production skills are second to none, dude. I know you're scrambling back there. You did a great job tonight. Give me Mr. Roth, and we'll let all our friends. Thank you. Don't touch me, dog. Give me a little Dave on the way out, kid. Crossfading machine is what he is. He's a crossfading machine. Well done, Tony. Smooth as silk. All right, y'all. Everybody, Miriam just writes 26. That's all. 26. Noemi, Wendell Tyler, didn't he come from the Rams? Yes, he did. Exactly. Took him from the Rams, just like we took Hacksaw. We'll take Hacksaw and we'll take Wendell Tyler. Come up to San Francisco. We'll show you how to win Super Bowls. That's how we do it. What?
Matt Chapman, 26, currently 26. So
might as well throw him in the mix too. You know what I mean? Might as well throw him in the mix. Yes, yes.
And I got to say, Sons of Johnny Master had a great tweet today. He says, watch the Giants go down to LA and sweep them and just dangle the carrot in front of us again. Could you imagine?
This is a 4-game set now. I think this is a 4-game series. I'll be happy with 2 or 3. But yeah, if you want to sweep, be my guest. But it starts with Logan Webb tomorrow night. We'll get into some Giant talk tomorrow. In the meantime, Stevie B, God love you. Dami, John Joseph, Miguel, Rags, Chuck 916. All of y'all, Miriam, Joy P, Noemi, Patty, on and on it goes. Love all you guys. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy Jack Tripper at 10 o'clock. That's where I'll be. And we'll see you tomorrow right here at PMP, 11 a.m. tomorrow, y'all. Have a great night. Cheers, everybody.
Peace.